Hello everyone, my name is MikâilStrife and today I want to share my personal top 15 Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance soundtracks. After beating Dream Drop Distance, not only did I realize that DDD is my absolute favorite Kingdom Hearts game, but I also realized that the music is pretty damn good. This is also the reason why this video is not a top 10 like Birth by Sleep, but a top 15. It was very difficult for me to compile this list. I mean, my top 3 for example are all equally good, but unfortunately there can only be one winner, which is why the top 3 was really difficult for me. And people who know me could take a wild guess to which soundtrack will be my first. I also have to mention that I will not include any soundtracks from The World Ends With You and any Monstro music. This does not mean that I dislike those tracks. Both Monstro tracks sound almost identical with the ones from Kingdom Hearts 1, and as for The World Ends With You, I will include my favorite ones from there in my honorable mentions. This video is going to be long enough anyway, so I would say let's start now with my top 15 favorite Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance soundtracks. Number 15. Digital Domination. This soundtrack is really long, and the best part of the song is the ending. The problem with it, however, is that the fights in DDD never last long enough, which is why you never get to hear this epic passage at the end. The track fits the world quite well, and while it's not really anything special, I still think this soundtrack deserves to be in the top list, especially because of the ending. If this soundtrack plays, and if my fights should really last that long, I just enjoy the music, especially the ending, and I have absolutely nothing against it. Number 14. Rinsler Recompiled. Hey, you ready for the final boss? That's what this soundtrack is telling me. I get final boss vibes here. The first time I played, I had to try really hard not to lose against Rinsler. Or should I say Tron? After the great brotherhood that Sora and Tron had built up in Kingdom Hearts 2, it's a tragedy to have to compete against him here. In an arena where you know only one will get out alive. Tron's fighting style is not only impressive because he can punch you while doing somersaults and push-ups, he can also literally turn the arena on its head. This makes it harder to keep a good eye on everything. And as if that weren't enough, your controls are upside down as well. I never expected such a fierce fight. Hope to see you soon, Tron. Number 13. Hand to Hand. DDD's Traverse Town is so much better than Traverse Town from Kingdom Hearts 1. Of course, you could walk around more in Kingdom Hearts 1, and without the world there, this world here wouldn't exist. Still, I have to say that I like both versions of Traverse Town in DDD better than the original versions. And when I say that, it really means something. I never got bored of this battle theme as I went through the endless battles in Traverse Town with Sora and Riku. You could say it's nothing special, and I would agree. But I also think it was a great decision that they pumped up Hand in Hand from Kingdom Hearts 1 more for a battle theme to play here. Very good work. Number 12. Prankster's Party. I can't believe this soundtrack is this far down. I love this track. And I was just shocked myself when I saw that it was so far down. But that's simply because, in my opinion, DDD's tracks have the best soundtracks of all Kingdom Hearts. I mean, sure, I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 yet, But as for now, DDD definitely rocks. Let's see if Kingdom Hearts 3 will top that in the future. Anyway, Prankster's Party. I love it. When I hear this track, I imagine a huge brawl at a fair. It's kind of funnier than it probably is. It's a super battle theme, and you will know right away that you are in an amusement park. I have nothing further to say on this. Job well done. Number 11. One for All. Before I start talking about this track, I have to mention the Lustiges Taschenbuch. That's a German language comic series all around Disney, and when I was a kid, I had a bunch of them in my house, like, I don't know, more than 50 books, and I read them all the time because I love Disney, like Donald, Goofy, and all the other characters. So when I first got into Country of the Musketeers, and when I heard this music, it was just like my little self at the time had just opened the Lustiges Taschenbuch and pulled me into the world of Donald, Mickey, Goofy, and all the others. I didn't want to go out anymore. I felt like a kid. One of the best Disney worlds in all of Kingdom Hearts. I enjoyed every second that I walked around the world. Really, thank you a lot, Disney and Square Enix. Number 10. L'Oscurità dell'Ignoto. Well, I have absolutely no idea if I pronounced it correctly, I'm no Italian, but this soundtrack only plays once in the entire game, and that's when you have to fight Xemnas as Sora. In Italian, the title stands for Darkness of the Unknown, which of course is the same name as the battle theme against Xemnas from Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't know if I like the Kingdom Hearts 2 or this version better, but what I do know is that I really like this track. I was pretty underleveled as Sora in my DDD Let's Play, so this fight was even harder than it already is. The fact that I still defeated Xemnas on the first try is probably due to this track. It felt like I was in game and had to face Xemnas myself. You know, music can really have a huge impact on you. And anyone who says video game music isn't music is just plain wrong. Number 9. Majestic Wings. What? Majestic Wings is number 9? How is that possible? And again, I am disappointed. I should better convince myself that being at the bottom of a top list isn't bad, especially when really every track can convey a feeling like this track here. As the title suggests, you feel as if you are majestically flying through the air, and that while defeating a boss. Right, this track is a boss theme. I mean, for example, I wouldn't have really thought of it, but now that I know, I can hear it too, that this is a boss theme. But not like these typical ones, where it's more of a 1v1. This is more of a theme geared towards a hero who wants to protect an entire city from devastation. And that's what I love about this track. It's simply majestic. 8. Link to All. As the name says, this music is there to connect everything and everyone to someone. It is clear that this someone is Sora. As far as I know, this track only played once in one of the last cutscenes. And that's where our heroes almost lost and Sora were to become an empty shell. But then Donald and Goofy came along and this track started playing. I didn't really let it show in my Let's Play, but that scene really touched me. All of it. Sora, Donald and Goofy have weathered so many perils together, and this track only confirms that this trio is not that easy to tear apart. In addition, this music also plays in the team menu in Melody of Memory, where of course, who would have thought, Sora, Donald and Goofy are next to each other. Perfection. Number 7. Deep Drop. Deep Drop starts mysteriously, and after the first 5 to 10 seconds, you start falling. You fall, and it doesn't stop, into an abyss that seems endless. Until the track then suddenly conveys to you that you are somewhere else and surrounded by strong opponents. It's really a back and forth as to what this track is trying to tell me. For me, it still deserves a place higher up on the top list. For a battle music of the last world, it's a deserved place. And it's definitely better than Deep Drive from Kingdom Hearts 2. Number 6. The Funfair. Now it's slowly starting. I can't really put into words what I'm trying to say exactly, but whenever this track plays, my heart warms. It doesn't matter how many times in my life I might have suffered because of people, decisions, or other fatal events. When I hear this track, I come to an inner peace. It's comparable with changing the character in DDD, the drop system. Whenever you drop in the game, the character you currently played slowly starts to fall asleep, with a smile on their face. It doesn't matter what you've been through. What matters is now. And right now, everything is fine. Number 5. La Cloche. Again, I have no idea if I pronounced it correctly. I'm also not French, but this track is special. I realized about a few years ago that I liked those sacred soundtracks with chorus in the background more than I ever could have imagined. I love everything about this track. The quiet passages, the high notes, the very slightly audible choir in the background, the slightly darker and more depressing part, just everything. I would walk around the world of Notre Dame for hours just to hear this track, and at the end I would just stand at the top of the bell tower and look out over the city below. For me, this track is perfection. Number 4. Sacred Distance. I've reached my limit, folks. This track is sublime, excellent and flawless. Let's start with the name first. There we have it again, Sacred Distance. This could have endless meanings. No matter what you imagine this track to be, everyone could imagine something different. The slow progression of the track, the sacred tones that creep in from the background, from a distance. You understand what I'm getting at. All those scattered feelings you get while listening all come back together at the end of the track. A praiseworthy music, especially for the endgame. Top-notch work. A quick break here. We made it, folks. The top 3 is coming up. Here I would like to reiterate that each of the tracks deserves first place in this top 3. I really think they're all amazing. But as mentioned at the beginning, there can only be one winner. I don't want to keep you in suspense any longer, so here is my top 3. Number 3, All for One. This track screams out that there is only one rule when it comes to fighting. One for all and all for one. It's not for nothing that I have often used this soundtrack in my Smash for Fun compilations. Not only is this track simply a masterpiece, but at the same time the track gives off 2 totally different moods. It's total chaos at the beginning and goes to calm towards the end, only to start right back up into total chaos. It gives you everything you want to hear. And don't get me to start talking about the violin in this track. Dear God. The ideal battle music for a Disney World. Truly remarkable. Number 2, L'Impeto Oscuro. Do we congratulate young Xehanort on placing 3rd in my Birth by Sleep top list and 2nd in my Dream Drop Distance, with his track L'Impeto Oscuro. Again, I have no idea if I pronounced it correctly. Just like L'Oscurità dell'Ignoto, L'Impeto Oscuro also stands for something else. Translated, it says, the dark impetus. And if you have watched my Birth by Sleep top list, it's the exact same name as in Birth by Sleep. Well, what do you know? Anyway, fighting him here in DDD is much easier than in Birth by Sleep, but unfortunately, that's still not enough to just simply beat him. The music wouldn't be so over the top with the violin if it were that easy, you know? DDD really has something with the violin. It's really interesting. But enough talk, the fight is simply amazing. Especially right at the end, where he pulls out all of his disgusting moves he used on you in Birth by Sleep, and you just instantaneously get horrible flashbacks and you start mash the square button again, which you should not do, cause that can easily kill you in Dream Drop Distance. What can I say other than that? I mean, it's just awesome. It was awesome, and it's still awesome. You know, you deserve it, young Xehanort. Now get out of my sight. Before we get to my number one, here are some of my honorable mentions. Number 1. Les Sanctuaires. I'm sorry again for the pronunciation. I said sanctuary in English on purpose here because I cannot say that in French. Absolutely not. But here we are. My absolute favorite from Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. After you have already heard my opinion on La Cloche, if I said this again right, one or the other has probably already figured that this track will also be here. Everything I said about La Cloche can also be brought in here. One difference here, however, is that the core and the high notes each get specific passages in the song all to themselves, which makes the song even more sacred. And by the end of the track, just like La Cloche, it all comes together. And only one word I know can describe the feeling I get. Epicness. Les Sanctuaires definitely deserves to be my number 1 spot in this top list of soundtracks from Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Thank you all a lot for watching. Subscribe if you are interested in future videos like this. And please, stay safe out there. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment your top 10 or 15 in the comments, and have a good one. See you.